Next week, at the same time, Bob Hope will return to the air. With Bob Hope will be all your old friends, Jerry Colonna, Francis Langford, Skinny Ennis, and Vera Vague. And now, Pepsodent invites you to have a date with Judy. Yes, you all have a date with Judy, chaperoned by Pepsodent. At last, something big and important has happened in Judy Foster's life, as her brother Randolph is gradually finding out.
Now, let me get this straight, Judy. You are a reporter on the Daily Chronicle?
Society reporter, Randolph.
Do you have an office at the Daily Chronicle?
Well, not exactly. I'm sort of a reporter without portfolio.
Are you also a reporter without salary?
Don't be ridiculous, Randolph. I get 5 cents an inch for everything they print.
And how much have they printed so far?
1.5 inches. An inch about the bridge party Mitzi's mother was planning, and 1/2 inch when it was called off.
How come it was called off?
Well, Mitzi and I were the ones who planned it.
Keep that up indefinitely, and you'll be a millionaire.
And today the most wonderful thing happened. The regular society reporter got acute indigestion.
Lovely, lovely.
And I had to cover the most utterly super wedding ever held in this town. The Waterman Brewer nuptials. Listen to this. The bridal table was garnished with gladioli and sweet peas. After a sumptuous bridal dinner consisting of lobster a la Newburgh, the bride and groom left for an undisclosed destination, probably Sandusky.
Probably the hospital.
Isn't that wonderful, Randolph? I wrote every word of it myself.
Even that word sumptuous?
Of course.
You'll probably get the Pulitzer Prize.
Children, I've got the most wonderful news.
Quick, Judy, get out your notebook.
I just got a telegram from Aunt Lily. She and Mr. Manchester are getting married.
Mother, that's luscious.
Does Mr. Manchester know?
Well, I suppose he had something to do with it.
Where are they going to get married, Mother?
Right here in this house.
In this house? But that's gorgeous. We'll simply blanket the society page. Inches and inches.
Boy, will you be in the chips.
Wait a minute, Judy. I'm not sure Aunt Lily will want to be blanketed.
Now, Mother, you just don't need to worry about a thing. I know exactly how to handle this. I'll take care of Aunt Lily, all right.
I can see her now, garnished with sweet peas and lobster a la Newburgh. Right smack in the middle of the society page. Poor Aunt Lily.
That's only the beginning of a date with Judy for tonight. Here's an examination that was never included in any school curriculum, but it's a mighty important test whether you're of school age or not. It's called the tongue test, and it'll help to give you your personality rating. Now, here it is. Run the tip of your tongue over your teeth. Can you feel a filmy coating? If you can, you've flunked the test. And you'd better get Pepsodent toothpaste tonight, for that filmy coating on your teeth is collecting stains, making your teeth look dull and dingy, hiding the sparkle of your smile. And it's a warning that your present toothpaste may be letting you down. Pepsodent toothpaste whisks up that film away, makes your teeth so clean and sparkling they feel shiny smooth. Pepsodent with Irium is the super cleanser that makes your teeth feel bright, makes your mouth feel fresh and cool and clean. So get a tube of Pepsodent tonight. Use it tonight, because tomorrow may be your big day. Just take a used metal tube to your drug counter, any kind or size will do, and say, Pepsodent toothpaste, please. And now, let's get back on that date with Judy.
Lily, I'm so glad you're here. And Donald, come
Oh,
right in.
Oh, it's so good to see you.
Were you surprised?
Oh, surprised. I was never so glad to hear anything in all my life.
And, Aunt Lily, you don't have to worry about a thing. Everything's under control.
You should only know.
Lily, have you set the date? Well, we thought this Saturday.
This Saturday. You can't dream. It'll take a month to get everything ready.
I'm ready now.
Oh, no, Mr. Manchester. Never, Mr. Manchester. There are millions of things to do for a big wedding like this.
But, Judy, I think you've got the wrong idea. We're going to have a quiet, simple ceremony with just the family.
Yes, we just want to, well, get married.
Oh, you can't do that. I'd lose my job.
What?
If anybody in our family gets married and it's not a society wedding, I'd be disgraced.
Oh, dear.
I've decided it's going to be a garden wedding.
A garden wedding?
Of course. The Waterman Brewer wedding was. And we could never cram a big mob of people into our living room.
But we don't want to cram a big mob of people anywhere.
We just want to get married.
Who are going to be the bridesmaids?
Bridesmaids?
The bride picks them from her most intimate friends. There were 8 at the Waterman Brewer nuptials.
Oh, but I don't have 8 intimate friends. I don't even know any other women in town here.
Oh, they can't be women. They've got to be girls. Except the matron of honor. She's allowed to be a little matronly.
Well, I hope the bride's allowed to be a little matronly, because Aunt Lily...
Just think of some of your school chums, Aunt Lily.
But, Judy, I haven't been in school since, 1926.
Instead of bridesmaids, she ought to have 8 matrons of honor.
Then, Mr. Manchester, I appeal to you. Couldn't we convert some of your friends into bridesmaids?
His intimate friends?
Well, why do we have to have bridesmaids? We just want to get married.
Mr. Manchester, let's get down to fundamentals. Who are you going to have as your best man?
Well, is a best man absolutely necessary?
It's vital. No nuptial should be without one.
Well, could Randolph here sort of...
Best man? Me? Have you looked at me lately?
Randolph is utterly out of the question. The best man has to be an intimate friend of yours.
Well, Randolph and I sort of understand each other.
Try to think, Mr. Manchester. I could give you a hint by mentioning that at the Waterman Brewer nuptials, the best man went to Princeton with the groom and belonged to the same clubs.
Well, there was a fellow who took a library course with me at night school, and we both belonged to the YMCA.
Oh. Can't you think of anybody else?
What about that friend of yours from Ashland, Donald?
Bert Oliver?
Yes, he might come. Oh, but it's a lot of bus fare just
That's
for...
fine. Bert Oliver. I'll make a note of it. We'll send an engraved invitation to him.
When we get him engraved.
Just who is Mr. Oliver, may I ask?
You may ask.
Oh, he's a mailman.
A mailman.
Covers the whole Ashland district, single-handed.
Shapers. How's that going to sound in the Daily Chronicle?
Look, does it really make any difference how it sounds in the Daily Chronicle? All we want to do is get married.
Seems like a simple wish.
In town for the Rogan-Manchester nuptials is Bert Oliver, well-known government executive. For goodness sake, Judy, he's only a mailman.
And he isn't even in town yet. He doesn't get in here until tomorrow morning's bus.
The Daily Chronicle is never wrong.
Judy, please, let's not have any more publicity.
Well, my goodness, the way everybody's acting, you'd never know we were going to have any nuptials in this house tomorrow. Aunt Lily ought to be trying on her wedding gown.
Oh, I'm just going to wear that little gray suit I bought last spring with a white blouse.
Aunt Lily, that's impossible. You've simply got to have a wedding dress. I intended to take at least 4 inches to describe it.
And 4 inches is 20 cents right there.
I don't know what's going to happen to my job. If I have to come in the office and say, my aunt was married in a little gray suit with a white blouse.
Maybe you should have a wedding dress, Lily. After all, it makes it more of an occasion.
And you only get married once.
She'll be lucky if that comes off.
I just want to have the kind of wedding you had.
Oh, yes, it was nice, wasn't it?
Now, just a minute. What happened?
Well, it was in Grandma's living room in Springfield. There were about 12 people there, all close members of the family.
12 people?
It was practically a secret.
I guess the ceremony only lasted about 10 minutes, but I'll never forget it as long as I live.
What did you wear?
A white afternoon dress with a pink sash.
Yes, I remember when you cut it up into dust rags.
No veil?
No, darling. Your father and I just wanted to, get married.
Why, it doesn't sound like it was worth an inch in a newspaper. It certainly would have been different if I'd been there.
That I can believe.
Hello, everybody.
Oh, Donald, where did you come from?
I took a few minutes off from the library. I couldn't go right through the day without a glimpse of my intended.
How sweet of you to say that, Donald.
I brought my suit over, too.
Well, isn't that nice?
I thought I'd better leave it here. It'll be easier to change into it here tomorrow.
You're not going to wear that blue serge suit for your wedding.
Oh, yes. This wedding is the biggest occasion in my life. I don't see what else I should save the suit for.
Don't you have a morning coat or a cutaway?
Me? Oh, no.
But you can't get married in a messy old serge suit.
Well, I'd look beautiful at my graduation from library school in 1931. Randolph, would you do me a favor?
Well, sure.
I haven't had a chance to get it pressed. Will you run it down to the cleaners for me?
Oh, sure thing, pal.
Randolph, would you like me to walk down to the cleaners with you?
To what do I owe this kind but sudden offer?
I just thought, well, it's a kind of heavy suit, and maybe you'd like a little help carrying it.
Well, okay, but you frighten me. Whenever you get that sweet, helpful look in your eyes, something awful starts, like a blizzard or an epidemic.
Come on, Randolph. Goodbye, folks. We'll see you later.
Goodbye, Judy.
Okay, Judy, let me have it. What's on that pretty little mind of yours?
Randolph, I suddenly decided in there that if nobody's going to help me give Aunt Lily a society wedding, I'll have to do it myself, single-handed.
Are you kidding?
I've made up my mind. Mr. Manchester is not going to wear this suit. He's going to wear a tailcoat.
A tailcoat? You're knitting it for him, of course.
Incidentally, this blue serge suit smells funny.
Well, you'd smell funny, too, if you had mothballs in all your pockets.
Imagine Mr. Manchester wanting to wear this at his wedding.
Yeah, I can see him reaching for the ring, pulling out a mothball.
That shows what you know about weddings. It's the best man who handles the ring situation.
Hiya, Judy. Where are you going? I was just coming over to your
Mitzi,
house.
you're just the person I want to see. I'm going to need you.
For what?
I'm going to take over Aunt Lily's entire wedding.
You are?
Are you going to let Aunt Lily stand at the altar, or do you take over there, too?
I want you to come with us, Mitzi. First, we're going to trade this blue serge suit for tails and white tie.
We're not going to have it pressed?
We are not. We're going to Sam and Joe's swap shop.
Oh, Judy, that's wonderful. I adore swapping.
Should I take the mothballs out of this suit, or should we swap them for something at Sam and Joe's, too?
Take them out. I don't want him to get the impression this is an old suit.
Oh, they'd never get that impression. Not unless they can smell. Hey, Judy, look what I just found in the vest pocket.
What?
An address book. Well, look at this. Velma Teasdale, phone 7630. Well, I never would have thunk it of Uncle Donald.
Randolph, that gives me the most terrific idea.
What is it?
That's where we're going to get our bridesmaids.
Where?
In that address book. Since Aunt Lily doesn't know any girls in town, is there any reason why the bridesmaids can't be his friends?
I can think of a few reasons.
Well, it's kind of daring, Judy.
I don't care. Anybody this hard up for bridesmaids would do anything. Who else is there in the book, Randolph?
Well, let's see. There's an Edith spelled with a Y, phone 264. She doesn't have a last name.
I don't see how we can invite her if she doesn't have a last name.
Oh, but we gotta have Edith. She's Mr. Manchester's best friend.
How do you know?
Her page is practically worn out.
Let me see that book. Maybe we can find some more names. Archive Bookstore.
What a bridesmaid.
Are there any others?
The Acme Wrought Iron Beam Company.
Ah, there's your matron of honor.
Well, at least we'll get two bridesmaids. Velma and Edith with a Y.
You know, I'm really getting interested in this wedding.
Oh, Mitzi, it's going to be wonderful. I know just how I'm going to start it in the Chronicle.
How?
In the delightfully arboreal setting of the Foster's garden.
Where the corn and taters grow.
We'll be back with Judy and her plans for Aunt Lily's wedding in just a moment. Say, did you folks see the eclipse of the moon a few weeks ago? Well, I hope you did, because there it was, an illustration right in the sky of what I've been talking about. There was the moon, bright as could be. But as the shadow of the earth moved across it, the sparkle and brilliance of the moon was covered up with a dark film. And that's what happens to your teeth when they're covered with a filmy coating that collects stains. Their brilliance and sparkle are covered up by film, and there's a total eclipse of your smile. But remove that film with Pepsodent toothpaste, and your teeth will shine again as they were meant to shine, sparkling and beautiful. You see, Pepsodent is a very special toothpaste. It contains irium and a super cleansing ingredient that loosens and flushes away the filmy coating from your teeth. Millions of refreshing bubbles foam through your mouth. Make your teeth brilliantly clean. Leave your mouth feeling cool and fresh. Tonight, hunt up an empty tube, any size from any product, and take it to your drug counter to exchange when you get a new tube of Pepsodent toothpaste. Then bring your smile out from under that eclipse. Give yourself a big, bright, dazzling Pepsodent smile. And now, back to that date with Judy.